Hey guys, it's me Crystal. So today I thought it would be fun to do the book shopping tag, and I will link the video I watched below. And also, I'm sorry if I'm at an angle. I feel like I'm at an angle in all my videos. I don't know how to fix it. So, question 1 is, how do you buy books? Physically because you believe in the power of touch, or online because interactions are overrated? So the first way I'm interpreting this question is, I guess, do I buy most of my books in person or most of my books online? I do both. Sometimes, in order to maximize the amount of books I can get, because the books online will be less expensive, I will buy books online. But I also really like buying books in a bookstore because I like being in the bookstore. I like bookstore vibes. You know, I like to hold the book and see if the book's energy like meshes with my reading taste, which I know sounds really weird, but it actually helps me out a lot. But I also like buying books online and getting a box of books in the mail. But the other way I feel like this question could be interpreted is, do I buy mostly physical books or ebooks? And I also buy both, but I buy more physical books, one, because I can see them so I don't like forget about them. Also, I just like to look at them and I like to hold them and smell them, and I really like that tactile feedback. And also, it just takes me longer to get through an ebook because when I'm reading on the screen, I don't have a dedicated e-reader, and so it's very, very easy for like a notification to pop up for a game or an email or something, and then I just like go over there and then I'm like distracted. And I just feel like when I have a physical book, I'm like in the reading zone, you know? Question number 2, do you prefer bigger bookshops or smaller ones? I'm definitely a bigger bookshop person. I went into this 3-store Waterstones one time when I was in college, and oh my gosh, it was the most beautiful store I've ever seen in my life. But I mostly like bigger bookstores because I feel like they have a bigger selection, and, you know, we like options. And if for some reason I go into the bookstore and I don't find anything, which I don't know if that's ever happened, but I'm sure it has happened once or twice. I feel like in a bigger bookstore, you know, if I don't find anything, I can just walk out and I don't feel like I'm offending the people who work at the bookstore by not buying anything. Maybe that sounds weird. So at least if I'm in a bigger bookstore, then I feel like, you know, I can just leave. I mostly shopped at a smaller bookstore when I was in middle school and high school just because it was like closer, you know, to my house. But once I started shopping at like places like Davis Kids and Books A Million and Barnes and Noble, it's just like they were better. They had more books. They had more of the books I wanted. Okay, question 3 is, do you prefer to buy books when they're brand new, being the first to touch them and being in great condition, or do you prefer used ones, the book having character, history, and personality? I definitely prefer to buy new books. I'm just a new book person. I like that new, you know, fresh ink smell. And I like to be the first person to like break the spine and like whatever. I do have some used books that have a lot of character, and I do really like that, but it's definitely not my preference. Okay, question 4 is, are you a coupon, a TLC level crazy person, or a full price Sweet 16 MTV? One of the other questions really funny. I'm definitely not a full price person. I'm not like a crazy coupon lady, but I'm definitely into coupons. And I definitely prefer to have a coupon when I shop somewhere, like grocery store, bookstore. And it allows me to go into the store and shop more too, instead of just shopping online to get deals on books. But I also use coupons online. But not crazy, just happily. Question 5 is, read, research, analyze Sherlock Holmes-style, or impulse buyer like a shopaholic? I'm a little bit of both. My preference is to read a sample and, you know, sleep on it and whatever. But I definitely impulse buy books based on the cover. Sometimes I don't even read the blurb. But I feel like I'm mostly in the middle on this question. Question number 6 is, a book or two at a time, or full cart pandemic style until the mailman dies? I definitely like to buy multiple books at a time. There's just something fun about coming home with a bag of books or getting a package that has like a bunch of books inside. There's just something really fun about that. I'm definitely capable of buying just one book at a time. If that's the only book that I want, then that's the only book that I'll buy. This is largely the reason why I bulk buy books. So when there's a book I want, you know, I'll leave it in my cart for weeks or months until I, you know, have 5 or 10 bucks or something, and I will buy them all at the same time because then I get that satisfaction of getting the stack of books. Question 7 is new and recent releases or older and classics. I definitely buy new books and older books. This year has been kind of abnormal with me not only knowing when books are coming out, but like waiting for them to come out and like anticipating them coming out. Normally a book is out and has already been out sometimes for some time before I hear about the book. But lately, I think it's because I actually been looking at my Barnes & Noble emails and my Books A Million emails more, and even my Amazon emails more since probably about last fall, probably because when I moved in, I had like all this extra space on my shelves. And so I was like, I can buy a bunch of books. And so then I started looking at a bunch of books. And so now I see like new releases and I'm like, oh, I really want that book. And they're like, it doesn't come out until August. I'm like, I'm going to put it in my cart. And as soon as it's available, I'm going to buy it. So I do all of the above. I buy new books, I buy recent releases, and I buy older books, and I also buy classics. Question 8 is, are you a pre-order total fan freak or wait until it arrives at the bookshop because it can wait? Again, this year has been kind of abnormal with me doing pre-orders. I think I've pre-ordered, I don't know, I want to say like 9 or 10 books this year, which may not sound like a lot if you're used to pre-ordering a lot of books, but like on a regular year, I pre-order like maybe 1 book. Most years it's 0. Like I wait until the book comes out and then I go, like I said, and I pick up multiple books at one time. But this year there were like several books that I wanted that were coming out on the same date. Like even in August, there's this book that I've been looking forward to like all year. And there are like 2 other books that are also coming out that same day. So I'll probably just pre-order all of them so they all come in at the same time. We hope. So I might be like, you know, 13 books pre-ordered this year, which is significantly higher than on a normal year. Most of the time it can wait. And like I said, I prefer to wait because then I can just buy multiple books at one time. Question 9 is, do you prefer special, expensive, beautiful covers, color edges, and unique editions, or is it the inside of the book that counts? I'm a pretty book all the way. Like it doesn't have to be fancy. Like I definitely don't go out of my way to get like special editions of books, but I do have a subscription to Fairy Loot and Illumicrate and sometimes LitJoy Crate for a reason. And that's because I do like a pretty book. I do like a special edition. I do, you know, like a fancy book. But I'm sure I've mentioned, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I'm largely a cover buyer. If I don't like the cover, I'm not gonna pick the book up. Like there's this book I wanted and I ended up getting the UK version of the book, and mainly because that's the first cover I saw, and also because if I had seen the other cover first, I would have just ignored it because I don't really like it. It was just kind of creeping me out. And I was like, I really like the UK cover because it has like these vines on it, and I just love vines and floral elements on a book. And so my options were to get a physical copy from Book Depository or get an ebook, so at least the cover's not like in my face. Or the third option, which was just not buy the book, but I really wanted the book and I really wanted the UK cover. So luckily I could get it from Book Depository. So I definitely prefer beautiful covers, but it doesn't have to be fancy. But I'm not gonna turn a fancy book down. You know, if it's reasonable, you know, I'm not gonna pay $100. But anyway. Question 10 is, picture your favorite book. Do you show your love by buying multiple copies, or do you believe in single true love? I'm a single book person, largely because space is finite. I do have plenty of space on the bookshelves, at least for the books that I'm still planning on buying this year, and book box books and whatever, but space is finite. So I don't want to have like multiple copies of books just for no reason. I'm definitely a one book person. Like when it comes to classics, for some reason, this doesn't apply, but it's not all my classics. Like I have 3 Edgar Allan Poe collections, 4 if I include my poetry only collection. I have 2 Shakespeare collections. I have 2 copies of The Hobbit. I have multiple copies of Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, but I'm not like a multiple copies kind of person. I'm not opposed to it, but not for every single book I love. It would only be just like a select few. But I'm also perfectly happy with just the one copy also. Although I wonder if I had like a Beauty and the Beast library, if I would keep multiple copies of one book because I would have like a ridiculous amount of space. But I don't know. And so question 11 is name your favorite places to bookshop. So I like shopping at Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, and Amazon. I only shopped at Books Depository once, but I did have a good experience, so I will shop there again at some point. And apparently there's like a half price books, like I think maybe 45 minutes away from where I live. I've never been to a half price book, so I've only seen like people doing like book shopping vlogs online going to a half price book, so I don't know if I'm excited enough to like go all the way there. But if I'm already, in town and I have time, then like I'll stop by. I don't know, we'll see. But my favorite place, like my top favorite place to buy books right now is Books A Million. And that's because last time we went to Books A Million, I got 6 books for like $30 because between my store discount and buying books on sale and having a coupon that gave me extra $5 off, it was just really nice. And sometimes after discounts and coupons, I could come home with a brand new book for like less than $3. And it's like, you don't get a better deal than that, right? Anyway, it just makes me feel appreciated. Also, I really appreciate Books A Million, like putting their bargain books, like where you can easily find them. Last time I was at Barnes & Noble, I'm like, they don't have a dedicated section for bargain books. You pretty much have to be in that section and like get lucky. At least that's how it is in the Barnes & Noble where I live. And I'm like, it's really good marketing to put it where people can see it, because I will go in Books A Million just to browse that section. I have like 4 or 5 tables of discounted books, plus like an entire aisle of discounted books. And I found a lot of books on my to buy list and on my TBR in the discount section at Books A Million. And it's just like really, really exciting. And I also inevitably buy, at least one regular price book while I'm there, which I'm also happy to do because, once you get your 10% off, plus I get my coupon off, that book is significantly less expensive. And also, it might even be less expensive than it is online. So right now, they're my favorite place to bookshop, and they're also my favorite place to order books online because they do ship pretty fast, especially if you pre-order books. Like, they will get it to you like the next day or the day the book comes out, which we also really super appreciate. So I'm really happy with them right now. And I hadn't been in Books A Million in like years when I went in last fall, but I ended up going one day because I wanted a specific book and Barnes & Noble didn't have it. And so I was like checking Amazon, and then like sometimes your order ships fast with Amazon and sometimes it does not. And then I was also checking another Barnes & Noble location, and then I was like, oh, check Books A Million. I'm like, I always forget about them. And I checked them, and not only did they have it, like I said, I went in and there was like all these books that are on sale. They had all these books that Barnes & Noble didn't have. And so right now, they're my #1 favorite. And the last prompt is tag people. And per usual, feel free to tag yourself and answer these questions in your own video or blog or in the comment section or in your head or out loud. And have fun. And that's all for this video. And I will see you guys next week. And also, next time you guys see me, I will be a year older because my birthday is on Thursday, which we're so excited about. And also I realized my head is covering up my unicorn birthday decorations that are on my bookshelf. But anyway, I will see you guys later, and I hope you're having a good month so far, and I will see you guys later. Bye.